I want to talk to you guys today about something that happened to me twice this week from two different people. I want to share that little story with you, and it was amazing how they're very, very similar in what happened. Welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach, author of 5 food truck vending books, including Food Truck 101 and Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business. If you're like most food truck owners, dreaming up the perfect menu was part of the fun. Main, sides, drinks, and so many options. But then you had to figure out menu pricing. And then suddenly your confidence and excitement is gone. If that's you, then our friends at Table Needs have just what you need, a simple, straightforward menu pricing calculator. Try it out for free today. The link will be in the description below. Now, before I go into the story about what happened this week with two different people in our Facebook group and how it impacted food truck businesses, I want to talk to you about July 29th and 30th. I'm going to be in Houston, Texas for the Food Truck Owners Expo. I'm going to be there giving 2 different classes, one on Monday, one on Tuesday. And the 2 days when I'm not giving classes, I'm going to be out on the main floor doing campfire sessions where it's an informal question and answer. You come up and sit down and talk to me, and we're going to answer any kind of question you got. And if you don't have any questions to ask, you can just hear me talk about different topics. We'll have a different topic pretty much every hour of the day out on the floor. So please take the opportunity. Let's make this the absolute biggest, best food truck expo there has ever been. So let me tell you what happened this week. As you guys know, we have a Facebook group. It has 60,000 members. One of the things that Facebook group admins get all the time is, hey, can I advertise in your group? If they're nice. There's some people that just advertise and take the consequences when they advertise. In our group, we're pretty strict about no advertisement. There are ways you can get to be an advertiser, but it's just not something that any random person can do. We do have some people that advertise, but you know how they got to be advertisers? They asked me. They said, hey, Bill, I see you have a group. I would love to be able to talk about my product. And my response always is they got to do a couple of things. One of the things is they got to talk to me in person or talk to me over Zoom. I don't want to text back and forth. Too much stuff gets lost in text. So you're going to talk to me. And what I'm going to tell you in that meeting is I have to test the product. I have to believe in what you have to offer is better, or at least as good as what anybody else has to offer. And then you have to contribute to the group in a positive manner that has nothing to do with your product. So if you are a logo designer, for instance, Nor Fatima is somebody I let post from time to time, and they're talking about, hey, would you like a logo? She asked me many years ago, she was the first person to ask me, can I do an ad in your group and tell people about my logo services? So we had a long conversation. I liked what her work was, and I told her, help some people in the group, and then we'll let you post. So anytime somebody would ask something to do with color schemes or designing a logo, she would answer and help as best as she could. She would talk about the programs and the software that she uses, and she would help people. Never once mentioning that, hey, I've got the ability to do a logo for you. She just said, here's how you do it. So now she's providing value to the group. So in return for that value provided, I'm going to give her the opportunity to make a little bit of money. Several other people, same thing. They asked me first, and I said, absolutely. Let's test your product. You provide content, you provide positive help in the group, and I'll let you post that occasional ad. Not a difficult ask. So one day this week at 6:30, I get up. I let people in to the Facebook group and then go about my day getting ready to head over to the food truck and get our day started. So at 6:30, I've let in a bunch of people. 7:03, and I only know this after the fact. I didn't see it in real time. But at 7:03, this person posted an ad for their product. They'd just been let in the group, not even been in the group, just over a half hour, and they post an ad. 7:04, they post an ad again because the one at 7:03 got stopped by the admin assist. So they tried to change it a little bit, post it again. Still got stopped by the admin assist. That's why I know the time specifically. So then at 7:06, after they figured out the second ad also didn't go through, they tried yet again. Did not go through. So they stopped placing ads. At 8 o'clock or thereabouts, maybe a few minutes before 8, they went to a couple of different posts that were about their product. They were a POS and credit card processing company, and they answered 2 different posts on 4 different people saying that, hey, I've got this product, you ought to check it out. And in both cases, the question posed in the post was specifically to do with Square. So now they're off topic because they don't represent Square. Basically, they ignored the question and said, hey, I don't care what you are interested in. I'm just going to tell you about my product. I'm going to stick my foot in the door. You better listen. So he's posted 4 of those. At about the same time, he sends me that little ding that we all get on Messenger. Hey, you got a new message. We weren't very busy on the food truck, so I looked at it, and lo and behold, it's this person wanting to sell something, asking, can I post an ad on your group? And I said, the same thing I tell everybody. If you want to post an ad on the group, you got to earn it. You earn it by first talking to me, second, letting me test your product, and third, contributing in a positive manner within your area of expertise to the group. Once I see that you're actually posting something that has benefit to the group, I'll let you post an ad if in my test of your product, it's worthy. I mean, that's fair. Contribute to the group, because you ain't giving me no money to post an ad. So contribute in the group in a positive way. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to try to sell your product every single time you post. So I sent him the link for my calendar. And within a second, he responded, set up something for 2 days into the future. It's like, awesome. I'll be able to talk to this guy and see what his product's all about. Maybe he has something worthwhile. So then he makes the mistake of going on and telling me his product is focused on cash discounts. And you guys know I hate cash discounts. It is a lose-lose-win situation. The merchant loses, the guest loses, and the only person that wins is a credit card processor because they've jacked up the prices. You guys know what I did. I gave him about a 200-word response of the problem with cash discounts and how it hurts the business, how it hurts profitability, and how the typical new owner has a lot more cash problems than the credit card processing. They just notice the credit card processing because they get that bill for it every day. And they're looking, look at all this money I'm losing. You're not losing money. It's an expense. You don't count losing money when you go to the store and buy food. Look at all the money I'm losing by buying this food. You don't say that. It's an expense. Credit card processing is an expense. Get used to it. Propane or gasoline, they're expenses. You don't whine every time you go fill up that propane tank. Look at the money I'm losing. I just can't make no money because I'm losing money in propane. It's a business expense. So what these people do at the credit card processors, they come up with this nonsense of cash discount. So they make you feel like, oh, they're saving me money. Oh, thank you. You're so awesome. And what they're doing is they're hurting your business. And you don't even recognize it because you don't know, because you're brand new to the business. So anyway, I sent him that long response. Now, I didn't tell him he couldn't advertise. I was challenging him to prove to me that his service was worthy, because I don't know the details. He could actually have something that would be a win-win-win rather than the typical lose-lose-win. So instead of responding to me in a professional and adult manner, he just canceled the appointment with me. So that makes me think there's a problem. So I get on to Facebook and I look through the activity log, and there I see the 3 declined posts that he had done at 7:03 and all that. So I look at those posts and oh, he's running ads. And it's for a product featuring cash discounting. I look at the website, nothing different about it. The typical nonsense about raise your prices, and that new price it covers the credit card processing. Then you discount it back to what you originally want. People don't get it. New people to business don't get it. So he's tried to run 3 ads. And then because of some of the words he put in his comments, the activity log flagged them for me to look at. Didn't decline them, so those posts actually made it into the group. But some of the words I had to look at and go, oh crap. Off topic, off topic, off topic, off topic. So all 4 of his comments had nothing to do with the question that was asked. He just looked at it as somebody's asking something in very broad terms about a POS system, even though they specifically said Square. And he just said, okay, POS system, I'm going to talk about mine. And he did. And the bad thing was that he commented to different people. So it wasn't just a generic, here's my answer. It was the person's name. So then now they get a notification that somebody has tagged you. So he's broken several rules, all in the space of 2 hours, set an appointment with me and then declined the appointment. All with no interaction from me other than, I don't like your cash discount scheme. Convince me otherwise. Or he declined the invitation to the meeting. Now, I let the meeting stand just to see if he would show up. He could have misclicked. So I let the meeting stand, and of course, time comes and goes, and he never shows up. So that's pretty much how I feel about most salespeople. If there's no benefit to them, they don't want to do it. And that's okay. I don't care. I'm here to sell food. I want people to come buy food. And if you want benefit of getting your hand in my pocket by offering me a service, it better be a really, really good service. So the second person, and this one just happened today. Second person sends me a very long, detailed message. He wants to advertise in my group. He sells POS systems, and he says he's been in the business a long, long time. Not as long as I've been in business, but hey, he's been in his field a long, long time. Very good. You got some experience. So his thing was, I want to be able to advertise in your group, but I don't want to break any rules. I respect that. Thank you for messaging me. Here's my details. You got to contribute in a positive way to the group. That has nothing to do with you saying you sell something. He didn't want to do that. He says, well, I can't mention my product. You can mention your product when it makes sense, but if somebody's asking about Square and you happen to know the answer to it, you can't mention your product in that because it's not about Square. Not a difficult concept, but apparently salesmen don't understand that. So I told him I looked at your website, I looked at the different companies you represent, and 2 of the POS systems that he represents are known to have issues. Not good for food trucks, but that's okay. So I asked him about the things that were important to me, and he totally ignored that. Explained to him the problems I have with cash discounts. That one seemed to get him a little riled up, because that's what he wants to push, because he makes more money on that. And I'll explain to you guys here in a second how they make more money. He doesn't want to do anything in the group. He was professional, though. He said, I think that I'll just not bother in your group. Not a problem. Doesn't bother me a bit. You can leave the group, you can stay in the group. You just can't break the rules. Now, I'm going to be paying very, very close attention to reminding people that if somebody sends you an unsolicited message, they're a salesperson. You want to avoid that company at all costs because they're breaking the rules. If they're breaking my rules on sending unsolicited DMs, what are they going to do for you? That would be nothing, because they put the priority of them making a sale above being open, being honest, and having integrity. And if they don't have those qualities, you really don't want to deal with them. So here's how those cash discount schemes hurt you as a food truck owner. Because you're going, but they're saving me money. They're not saving you money. If you go back to when we started doing credit cards, the very first thing every single business did when we started taking credit cards was raise prices. They raised the price so that it would cover the processing fee. They didn't do that utter nonsense of, hey, let's be like a gas station and we'll have a cash price and we'll have a credit price. Now, you see, when you sell a gallon of gas, the pricing is heavily regulated by the state. They won't let you do things. They don't want to get into the price wars that we used to have. They don't want to have a big company that has a bunch of money in the bank forcing out the little guy by underselling their product. So you get a gallon of gas. It's got a whole bunch of taxes thrown on top of it. You don't realize that because you don't see all that. But there are big taxes on top of a gallon of gas. That's why you have roads, because the road's got to be maintained on something. So the thought process is, if you're buying gasoline, you're using the road, so you got to be taxed on it. So there's a bunch of that $2 and $3 and $4 that you're paying at the pump is going in taxes. So then you've got the regulations the state puts out. They will say, you can't sell gasoline for less than cost unless it's as a special and it's a short time special. And that's to prevent, again, the big company with lots of money in the bank from forcing out the little dude who can't keep up. So they'll let you do it for a weekend or a holiday weekend or a special. But it can't be an everyday price. You can't sell it less than cost. Now, the markup on gasoline is not that good. We buy a slice of cheese that costs us 17 cents and we're selling it in many cases for $1. They're not selling a gallon of gasoline they bought at 17 cents and marking it up to $1. They have very slim margins. That's why you don't see very many service stations anymore. You see a bunch of convenience stores that sell gasoline. They don't make money on the gasoline. They make money on everything else that's in the store. That's why everything in the store is so expensive, because a cash discount makes no sense in our industry. So what they do, they're going to tell you, let's mark this up. And you are not going to want to mark it up. You're going to say, I'm happy with my $10 menu price. And they're going to say, well, what you want to do is you want to mark it up. That'll cover the fees. And then you give them a discount that takes it back to the $10. So you're going, okay, that makes sense. So what they do is they get you to up the price, usually 4%. Now, here's where they get you and they get your guest. So they make you move it up 4%. Or they may make you move it up 5 or 6%, because since it's not being added on as a service fee, there's no law that says you can't go up 10%. So when they get you to move your price up and then you're going to discount it back to whatever your original price is, they make more money on the processing. And that's what people freak out about, because they see that 3% being pulled out of their account every day. Oh my God, I can't afford it. I can promise you, if you're that worried about that 3%, you've got problems in other places. And no one has taken me up on the challenge to let me walk through your food truck and tell you where those problems are, because that requires work to fix the problems. But hey, let's just gouge people and charge them more, and I'll feel like I'm making more money. No, you'll figure out a way to lose more money. That's how it works. But see, the disingenuousness of credit card processors gets to the point where they don't care about you. They just want you to process as much as you can at the highest rate they can possibly get out of you. And when you go out of business, they'll just replace you with somebody else, because there'll be somebody else that's a brand new person to business that will fall for the same scheme. So they have a revolving door of new clients because they don't care. If they actually cared, they would teach you how to handle your money better and how to get better rates. And they would worry about your food costs and your other expenses. They don't understand our business. All they want you to do is charge more money for them credit cards. So you've got this price you marked up, whatever percentage they tell you to mark it up. Let's just say 4%. So that $10 product you're now charging $10.40. The 40 cents goes to the credit card company. That's all their profit. They're giving away probably at most 20 cents of that. So every $10, they're making 20 cents off of you. And they're happy because that's money they wouldn't have got had you actually had them do the processing at a normal rate, to where you don't do the cash discount nonsense. They would make less money. So that's why they push cash discounts. They get to make more money. And what that shows you is they put their income above your business. And the way that they smooth that over so you don't feel bad is, well, hey, if it's a problem, you can give that cash discount, and then your guests can pay the same amount as they've always been paying. And the only people that get charged more is those evil people that use credit cards. Now remember, this is a credit card processing company that's charging more to process credit cards and encouraging you to not use their business by giving a discount. Does that make any sense to you? No, because they know it won't work. Because they know that people that use credit cards are still going to use the credit card. And they're just going to be angry because they're having to pay more, but it's hidden very well because your menu is offering a cash discount. So here's where it becomes the problem. And I've given this example many times, but I'm going to give it to you one more time. You have two friends. One of them is a loyal guest. He comes to your food truck every single day. He loves your food and has decided that today he's inviting his friend to come eat with him because he wants to show off the food truck with his awesome food. He's helping you to get a new guest. So the old-time customer steps up, orders his normal favorite thing, and you give him his total. He has always paid cash, so there's no change to him. He pays the same amount as he has always paid. His friend steps up, orders the same thing, whips out the credit card, and is charged a different amount. There's going to be a fight. Why'd you charge my friend less? Why'd you charge my friend more? I brought him here to try your food and you're charging him more. What's going on? There is no amount of double talk in the world that will smooth that situation over. Now, heaven forbid they be of two different races. Well, how come you're discriminating against him? Is it because of his race? Well, how come you gave him a bit discount? It's because of his race? You can't win that argument. And you know who doesn't care? Credit card processor. They ain't there. They don't care. They don't care in the least that you now have a situation they set up by talking you into a stupid program. So now you got to smooth that over with these two people and hope there's no one in the line going, well, how come you're being racist? Charging him more money. You can't win that argument. There's no way you're winning that argument. So why would you even set yourself up for that kind of failure? Why would you set yourself up to treat one set of people different over their preferred payment method? I don't carry cash. Everything I do is on the internet. Everything. You guys buy my book, goes through Amazon. Amazon deposits money in my account. I don't see a paycheck. I don't go and cash a paycheck. Most people don't go to the bank anymore, so they don't carry cash. On my food truck, there's a little sign that says fee-free credit card processing. And we have all four logos. MasterCard and Visa, American Express and Discover. Got them all. Fee-free processing. People ask me, hey, what does that mean? And I tell them. And I'll tell them by name. If you go to this truck in downtown Definiak Springs, they are going to charge you a fee. Oh, I didn't know that. I eat there all the time. I said, here's what you do. Go up there, order your food, and then change your payment method in the middle. I would like a brownie with a scoop of ice cream. That'll be $10. Whip out your debit card, your credit card. Oh, sorry, that'll be $10.56. Why is it different? Because you're paying with a credit card and I got to charge tax on it. Oh, so you wasn't charging tax before? Is that what you just said? I've had a food truck do that to me. And that discussion was not pleasant. So you're telling me that you only pay tax on credit cards? Is that what you're saying? I bet the Revenue Department of Florida would love to know that. Oh, no. Well, it's what you said. You said because I'm paying with a credit card, you got to charge me tax and fees. So which is it? And if you're charging me a fee, I don't see anywhere around your window where it says you're going to do that. So is it taxes? Is it fees? What is it? Let's get to the point, because you got a line behind me. You can't win as a business when you do that kind of nonsense. Treat all your guests the same. Thank you so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful to your food truck business, please become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They've all got your back when it comes to helping you with your food truck. And again, thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow, because I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business grow.